5 p.m. Eastern, marking a hard deadline for former President Donald Trump's legal team to respond to a protective order request, and his team has responded just a few minutes shy of said deadline. But to catch you up here, over the weekend, special counsel Jack Smith asked Judge Tanya Chutkan to restrict the former president from commenting publicly on parts of the 2020 election interference case. Trump hasn't been shy in the past about sharing details on cases filed against him on social media, even noting before it's been formally announced that he's been indicted in some cases. And the request comes after the former president posted a threatening comment on his Truth Social account Friday. So we're going to return now to our White House correspondent, Haley Bull. Haley, 5 o'clock, Trump's legal team has responded. I know this just happened. Are there any top lines so far that have stuck out to you?
Well, Lauren, Trump's legal team is pushing back here, proposing a narrower order to impact what they say are, quote, genuinely sensitive materials from public view. And they argue that the government's proposed order is overbroad, and interestingly reiterating what we have heard since the indictment was revealed, their argument about Trump's First Amendment rights. And additionally, they re-ask the court for more time in their response. Now, they don't argue about restricting some of the documents, but reiterate that they don't want a, quote, blanket gag order over all documents. Now, some legal experts we have spoken with say what the government is asking is not a gag order. Now, the government was seeking a protective order to put guardrails around the information, sensitive information in the discovery process from public dissemination. And in its filing, the government shared concerns about protecting sensitive and confidential information from public disclosure. They wrote in it, quote, if the defendant were to begin issuing public posts using details or, for example, grand jury transcripts obtained in discovery here, it could have a harmful, chilling effect on witnesses or adversely affect the fair administration of justice in this case. And it cited specific social media post from Trump that stated over the weekend, quote, if you go after me, I'm coming after you. A Trump spokesperson defending the post at the time as political speech, a broader argument we see echoed in this filing. Additionally, they interestingly refer to a tweet from President Biden the same day of Trump's court appearance last week. That was simply a fundraising link for a coffee mug in making their argument today. Now, the document, I want to read part of it for you here from Trump's legal team, states, quote, the government does not and cannot explain why this protocol would be insufficient. It can easily designate the subset of documents it believes are sensitive and has apparently already done so. Now, Trump's legal team hinted at some of their argument and that they would push back on this in a round of Sunday show appearances over the weekend, including on CNN. Listen.
We will not agree to keeping information that's not sensitive from the press. The press and the American people in a campaign season have a right to know what the evidence is in this case, provided that this evidence is not protected otherwise. So we're going to oppose it, as we have. But for whatever reason, these lawyers on the prosecution team want to keep that from the press.
Now, a legal expert we spoke with, again, notes that this is not a gag order, making the argument that this dispute is more so about the speed of this case. Keep in mind, Special Counsel Jack Smith indicated they are pursuing a speedy trial, whereas Trump's legal team has pushed back on that some and noted that a protective order like this is common in criminal cases. Listen.
It's the first of many disputes about whether this case is going to be moved along or whether it's going to be bogged down in delay. From the perspective of Donald Trump, a criminal trial is a disaster. Even aside from whether he's convicted and sent to prison, which are real possibilities here, the trial itself is not a venue in which he can act like the big man, be in charge, talk about whatever he wants to talk about. That doesn't happen in a criminal trial. In a criminal trial, the judge decides what the conversation we focused on, and the defendant largely just sits there.
Now, we are still going through the filing, but Trump's legal team has gone through to make what their revisions to the government's proposed order are. Keep in mind, the court already had denied their request for more time, but the judge did want to see what specific issues and revisions they had in mind. So we will continue to follow this developing court case, Lauren.
Haley Bull reporting in Washington, D.C. with the very latest by the minute. Thank you.